What is happening, Magnus? So, my fears have been confirmed partially. I do not find this man to be a liar, and he does not seem like the type to lie, and he doesn't seem like the type to have fake sources. I just had to resubscribe again to Mr. H Reviews. And I've been watching this guy for a while. He's like one of us. Okay, he's like one of us. He wants great entertainment. And when the Street Fighter trailer came out, the first teaser for it, the fan base was split, I noticed. There were some people that heavily liked the camp and silliness of what that trailer brought. And then there were Street Fighter purists like me who were like, what in the are you doing? This looks more stupid and sillier than the 90s movie that came out with Van Damme and Raul Julia. Almost that entire cast was miscast, including Van Damme and Raul Julia. I don't care what nobody says about it. If you play the games and you're steeped in the lore like I am, you know that movie was garbage. If you're steeped in the lore, like I am, then you know the American series was absolute garbage. However, if you watch everything that the people, the Japanese, that actually created this series and this game, you watch every iteration of the stories that they put out, you will notice that they are all extremely serious with moments of silliness or comedy, but they are mainly very serious. So, having watched the first Street Fighter anime movie that came out in the 90s, having watched Street Fighter Victory or Street Fighter V, which was the series, which was another take on the Street Fighter story, having watched all of the Street Fighter Alpha animated movies and owning them, having watched Assassin's Fist live action, which is the best live action Street Fighter out there that I've seen, having even watched the Street Fighter, I believe, 4 movie or 5 movie. I think it's the 5. It may be 4 animated movie. They're all serious. Every single one of them are serious. The only camp and silliness you'll find with the Japanese is in kind of like commercials, little funny ads that they'll do about it. But other than that, it's very serious. So, having known that American filmmakers, or whatever direction American filmmaking went with the cartoon series and the movie, having known that they completely destroyed them, I don't have any high hopes for this. So his source has told him that it fully leans into the camp and the silliness and the colorful characters beating each other up. I do not believe that Mr. H is lying. I do not believe that his source is lying. He seems to be okay with it, and that's fine. As you know, I'm a grown man that's fine with other grown men liking or not liking something. I never attack them for not liking a movie or for liking a movie. It's just like, okay, there's guys out there that I respect that like certain things that I don't like, and they like the same things that I like. That's fine. Him and his boy seem to be okay with it. I, however, am not. Okay? I guess this is kind of like how maybe certain Star Wars fans felt. Not as far as, you destroyed my childhood, George Lucas! Not that far. But just like, why can't you just adapt the Udon comics for it? They're serious. Why can't you just adapt either the Street Fighter anime movie or Street Fighter V? I even saw somebody that said, it's really impossible to bring that type of story to live action properly. No, it's not. There have been several stories brought to live action that are just as fantastical as Street Fighter. Think of all the superhero movies out there that are billion-dollar movies that have a strong following. And don't go with the whole, well, sure, people throwing fireballs, that's not silly. Because you literally can say that about almost any form of entertainment out there. If you want to, that's your way of trying to prove that, oh, it's silly. It's supposed to be silly. No, it's not. Okay, the Japanese say otherwise. Okay, it has silly elements, comedic elements, but it's overall a very, very serious story. You know, you can sit there and say, oh man, wears a bat outfit and throws batterings at people? That's not silly. A guy that flies around and shoots laser beams out his eyes? Oh, that's not silly. Wait a minute. A super spy named the 007? He gets all the women. He has all these fancy gadgets to get them out of every problem. That's not stupid. That's not silly. Wait a minute. A woman that's half god, half human, or half clay, depending on whatever the hell origin you're thinking about, and she's got these bracelets that she deflexible. That's not silly. You can say it about anything. Anything. If you're trying to do that. But the fact of the matter is, the creators made it a very serious story. I embraced that from my teenagehood on into young manhood. Okay, I've been following this series for a long time. Just because something has comedic elements does not mean it's not overall a serious story. As a matter of fact, you can look at Marvel. People have complained about the comedy in Marvel, but you know they're still telling a very serious story. All throughout the whole thing. And I never had a problem with Marvel's comedy. I didn't. Ever, really. I always thought, I had a good time with their comedy. But I always felt the movies were still serious. And they were. You know what I mean? I don't find them silly or campy. I find them to be serious movies with elements of comedy. You know what I mean? And I really, tell you the truth, I felt like they balanced it well. But there's people that have issues with it, And there's people that find, something like maybe the DCEU overly serious. But I can enjoy both types of entertainment, But anyway. Yeah, so his source told him that. I watched the majority of the video. I'm going to finish the rest. But I am not feeling good about this movie at all. This reminds me of kind of like something like, how with Starsky and Hutch and with Dukes of Hazzard, they leaned into camp and silliness with that when the original series wasn't like that. Like, that's what it feels like to me. It's just not working for me. I enjoyed the Green Hornet movie that came out, but I never bought it and I never watched it again. And I felt that they leaned into comedy too much with that movie. I wish I could just get something that all the fandom, the majority of the fandom knows what it's supposed to be like. Assassin's Fist is praised. I think it is the live action thing that is praised the most from fans as far as Street Fighter goes. And they couldn't follow that template or something similar. It amazes me. that they couldn't do it. That they really thought following in the footsteps of the 90s campy, corny, stupid, miscast movie was the way to go. And I don't care who's making it. I don't care who's making it. It makes no sense to have gone that way. It could be a hit. It might not be a hit. It still could be garbage. And we all know that. We can talk about the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Okay? They made a lot of money. Every single one of them. But not every one of them was good. Okay? Not every one of them was good. So, oh, Lord. Post the comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. Think about this. That they are going fully camp silly. And you can see the miscastings. You can see it. And that's not even Cammy. That's not Cammy at all. They can't even get the background of these characters right. Let alone the look. You know what I'm saying? There are, I don't know. Hold on a second. How many actors exist in America?
Estimates for the number of actors in the U.S. vary. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports roughly between 57,000 and 135,600 working actors.
Out of that many actors, it was impossible for you to find people that looked like these characters. From all their backgrounds, it was just impossible. These are the people you landed on. You know what I'm saying? Like Zangief. He looks like the most accurate. 50 Cent as Balrog is really good. He needs to be bigger, but that's really good. That's really good. Cammy doesn't look like Cammy. Ryu half looks like Ryu. He looks half like him. Ken kind of looks like him. Like Ken. That's a really good one. Guile's garbage. Kuma, they couldn't. I understand why they just couldn't get a buff Japanese man to play him. Like, I don't get this. Like, what is the issue? If you had left casting up to me, the fans would have been real happy. I could have found people that looked exactly like each and every one of them, and found them able to act the part. I'm trying to think of the rest. Chun-Li looks all right, but that's not Chun-Li. A lot of people are complaining about Chun-Li, and she doesn't have big legs like Chun-Li. Chun-Li's okay. I think they could have did better with that casting. I'm just trying to think of... Dal Sim's really good. Him, Zangief, Balrog. I haven't seen Vega yet, but Vega looks cosplay with the mask on. He looks cosplay. I think the one in the 90s movie actually looks better than this one. I think the Ryu... hey, look, I grew up in the 90s. We called him Ryu. I know his name is Ryu, or some people say Rue. I'm supposed to pronounce it Rue, but Ryu in the 90s film looks better than this one to me. This Ken is definitely way better. Yeah. Bison is absolute trash. Raul Julia actually was better casting for Bison. That shows you, because he was a bad casting, that shows you just how bad this Bison is. Dude's a great actor, but absolutely not. And I'll tell you this. If I see this movie and they absolutely change my mind, I'm going to tell you that I was 100% absolutely wrong. Okay, I've been doing this almost 14 years. I have never had a problem telling you that I was wrong about anything or apologizing about anything, which I don't apologize for much. Okay, I'm unfiltered and I tell you how I feel, period. And that's why so many of y'all like me. And that's why a lot of people just can't take me, because they like someone to hold their hand and, talk to them with kid gloves on. I just tell you how I feel. I tell you the truth about how I feel about stuff. Some people are just extra sensitive and they can't take someone being upfront with them. So it is what it is. Post comments down below. Hope you enjoyed this rant, my Street Fighter fans. And yeah, I will oh God. God, can I get something that does it right? 10 million subscribers.